Bungle and Zippy not happy either. Phelps on her own, still eating for two. Tory sleaze, are they all bent? He is. Please welcome TV's Mr. Ian Sleaze.
Hello and welcome to the 11 o'clock show. Tory sleaze, they just can't seem to stop it, can they? They've got more skeletons in their closet than in Fred West's basement. But while they're being bombarded with allegations of sleaze, it hasn't stopped the Conservative Party announcing the venue for their Christmas get-together. It's Ford Open Prison, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not bothered. But with every scandal that emerges, there's another one just around the corner. Usually stood there asking, do you want some business, love? First up, Jeffrey Archer. What can be said about Lord Archer that hasn't been said already? I don't know. What about he's a very talented novelist? Never been said. Archer telephoned his friend Ted Francis, who was secretly recording the phone calls earlier this week. Now, Archer should have known something was up when someone claimed to be his friend. Hasn't got any. Very unpopular. The Daily Star have given him until 5 o'clock tomorrow to pay them back the 500 grand. Archer claims he's given all the money to charity. Now, I'm not sure if he means good causes there, or maybe charity is the name of a King's Cross hooker he's never met. Either way, Archer says he can't pay the money as his hands are tied. Thank God, at least it might stop him writing books for a while. In fact, it's got so bad that the Archers even had to pull out of a charity pantomime, and they're going to have to rewrite the whole script, perhaps with a traditional gag or two, like, what do you get if you cross Ted Francis? Well, you get shafted, of course. But enough of this satirical whimsy. Let's get on with the show, shall we? Please welcome the girl who's always on the money, Daisy Donovan.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I've got to tell you something. Vanessa Feltz has split up from her husband. She's on the market, and you were only saying yesterday how much you liked a woman with a bit of meat on her.
Not on her, in her. But, Daisy, tell us what's on tonight's show.
I will do so, you piece of filth. Tonight, DJ Pat Sharp. Quicker than that, we'll be here to talk about coming through the mullet-headed nightmare years.
But now, here's the headlines.
Tonight's top stories. Jeffrey Archer's reputation as a liar was enhanced yesterday. When his legal advisers said, you'll have to swear on the Bible, Archer replied, ooh, I wrote that.
Jeffrey Archer's spokesman, Stephen Shakespeare, reveals why Archer wouldn't sleep with a prostitute.
I mean, I have to say to you, he's about this big.
You're such a good spokesman. You really want him on your side. Vanessa Feltz and her husband are set to divorce. A spokesman for Vanessa said she wouldn't be making a comment as she's got a lot on her plate right now.
Colleagues have said it's a huge waste. That quote comes from the BBC wardrobe department. Huge waste. It's thought the divorce settlement could involve 6 figures. 48, 59, 48.
It's been revealed that the number of caesareans in England has risen rapidly. Prince Philip has immediately demanded that they should all be sent back to Caesarea.
It was a day for political gaffes in the run-up to the Kensington and Chelsea by-election. Firstly, for Michael Portillo, when the 11 o'clock show finally cracked his Spanish gay code.
And later, Peter Tatchell's attempts to dance with Portillo were dashed when some other bloke cut in.
I'm very pleased to meet you at last.
But the biggest faux pas came when, in a moment of absent-mindedness, Charles Kennedy tried to fit a small dog on the end of his penis. We've all done it. And those are today's headlines. Now, Daisy,
us, Ian.
I was wondering, have you seen the new report on the terrible standards of social services across Britain?
What, this one?
Yeah, this is the one.
I have, and it's shocking. And I, for one, would not want to be a mentally ill, old-age orphan in Hackney. For a start, there's no tube.
To investigate the scandal, who better than our very own Ricky Gervais?
Social services were shamed today as a new report revealed they are severely failing children, the elderly and the disabled. 1 in 10 social services departments, including those in Lambeth, Newcastle and Coventry, have levels of care described as appalling in a new league table. Yeah, I'll be honest, it's the same problem as the Premier League. We're importing too many foreigners. We're not developing our own sick and the elderly. So, I mean, we're just getting in kids and disabled from war-torn countries and earthquake regions and shit. I've got nothing against them, but it's a bit like getting stuff from a market. There's no comeback if it goes wrong. Do you know what I mean? Just because they're free, don't be swayed. Social workers reacted angrily to the results and said the league tables were an unfair method of judging standards of care. Yeah, hold on. Why should we listen to people who volunteer to give old men baths? They don't get any money for it. They shouldn't be praised. They should have their heads examined. What's really annoying is I must be the only bloke ever to be turned down for voluntary work. I think I gave out the wrong vibes at the interview. There was a big woman doing it, and she said, "What particular areas of care are you interested in, Mr. Gervais?" I said, "I'll be honest, fatty. I want the richest, oldest, sickest ones. I haven't got all year, and it's not like you're paying me, is it?" The social services came under further fire as the BBC announced its brand new show, which will parade children in care in front of the cameras in a bid to get them adopted. A family of my own has been branded sick and compared to similar programmes which feature animals, such as Adopt a Pet, Pet Rescue and Animal Hospital with Rolf Harris. I hope they don't actually get Rolf Harris to do this, because he used to scare me when I was little. He used to go on about drowning, and he did that cartoon of a Rolf Faru. Yeah, that's not disturbing to a small child, is it? A 6-foot marsupial hopping thing with the head of a human. God knows what they made of his extra leg. And that, 2 little boys. One little chap then had a mishap, broke off his horse's head. Yeah, then pulled off his little mate's head and stuck it onto the neck of his wooden horse, and then sat in the corner laughing maniacally going, "Mummy, I've made a Rolf Faru. I've made a Rolf Faru." That's Rolf Harris for you. So, social services, yeah. The answer's simple. Don't get sick or old or disabled. Otherwise, it's on you. This is Ricky Gervais for the 11 o'clock show. London, again. Always.
He's a strange man. Big news today is that Vanessa Feltz' husband has dumped her. This comes at the end of what's been a terrible year for the Portly star. First, it was revealed her guests were fakes, then her show was axed, and worst of all, she discovered a gypsy camp under her left breast.
This has all put a terrible strain on her heart, that and the 50 wagon wheels she has for breakfast. Which is why we are saying, aren't we, Ian? We're saying, give Vanessa a break, or a Kit Kat.
So, to put an end to the taunts she receives from certain sections of the media, we're now going to make public all the punchlines to Vanessa jokes, therefore rendering them obsolete. It must be remembered that Vanessa Feltz has made a valid contribution to the world of broadcasting. Her show was brave enough to explore sensitive issues in an informed and reasoned fashion. She gave valuable advice to her guests and provided much comfort to people in their hour of need.
Vanessa has tirelessly worked to defend her reputation in the face of constant jibes. She has maintained composure and dignity at all times and never once resorted to cheap tactics in order to avenge her critics. Vanessa Feltz is a woman of honour, intellect and compassion who deserves to be left alone.
And to show our support for Vanessa, we promise to never show this picture again. Oh, no, sorry, not that one. Oh. This one.
Earlier this week, the UK resumed diplomatic relations with Libya. There's only one man who can really tell us the wider implications of this decision. Of course, it's veteran DJ, John Peel. So, John, have you ever had any dealings with Colonel Gaddafi yourself?
Well, I think the first time that... It really does annoy me when I do that. I seem to do it every time. Well, I suppose the first time that I ever actually met Colonel Gaddafi, me and Kershaw had gone down to a Christmas party of Carlos the Jackals. We didn't actually know it was Carlos the Jackal. He was a master of disguise. We presumed it was Alvin Stardust, which of course it wasn't at all.
That must have been incredible, John. Is there anyone you haven't actually met?
And I remember one of the strange things, Gaddafi immediately recognised Kershaw, I think from the old grey whistle test, and he came up to me, started berating him for not playing enough Bundu Boys, and remember suddenly we were surrounded by these enormous Bedouin henchmen, and they're about to actually cut off Kershaw's DJing arm when suddenly Gaddafi looked at me and went, "Good Lord, it's John Peel, King of the Mandolin, friend of Rod Stewart, surely God of gods." I was absolutely overwhelmed.
That must
I remember,
have been
you know,
so nerve-wracking. What was he like?
And then, I remember one of the things that happened that was particularly exciting was that we sat down and Gaddafi started complaining about the Western dominance of the hit parade, as he called it. And I remember one of the bizarre things was I noticed that he was letting out these most enormous, very, very loud, noxious bursts of wind from his backside. And I remember Kershaw actually wired a mic up there to record it for one of his World Music Series releases, and he actually released it, remixing it with De La Soul, and I think it was #2 in Luxembourg, or it
John,
might have
thank
been
you
Belgium.
very
I
much
can't
for
really
that.
remember.
We've
I
actually run
remember
out of time,
France
sadly.
Well, just before the break, Chelsea Clinton is ecstatic on being told she can dip soldiers in her eggs.
And another dramatic fall from grace leaves Britain's unluckiest street trader with another load of hard-to-shift merchandise.
Excuse me, sir, can I interest you in Geoffrey Archer campaign T-shirt? They're only £2. I reckon he's a great British character, like Sir Jimmy Savile. £72, not a penny more, not a penny less. And there aren't many characters about nowadays.
You can't compare Archer with Savile, can you?
First Gary Glitter, now Geoffrey Archer. Soon we'll have no heroes left. I bought before all the hoo-ha. I thought, you know, for the campaign, but...
Take 3, please.
You take 3, will you?
Yeah.
Fight for the wife, sir. The ladies love a bastard, so they love him. But he's human like the rest of us, isn't he? Sorry, sir, it's the old Bill.
Welcome back to the 11 o'clock show. Now, we can't seem to move these days for crazy conspiracy theories. There's the death of Princess Diana, Lord Lucan's disappearance is still in the news.
And I still don't know who shot JR. No, I don't. My money's on Joan Collins, but they're not the only crazy conspiracy theories. We've got some others that have been doing the rounds.
Theory 1. Government operatives have repeatedly attempted to undermine the sales of the fortnightly satirical magazine Punch by filling its pages with complete bollocks.
Theory 2. Not only were the moon landings fake, but so is the moon itself, yeah? 1961, NASA stole the real moon from the sky and sold it to the Russians, who smashed it up to make the bricks for the Berlin Wall.
And finally, theory 3. Talented TV star Vanessa Feltz is not getting divorced. She has, in fact, been kidnapped by aliens. Apparently, they're hungry and have taken her to feed their starving planet. She's a very good cook.
And those are our top 3 conspiracy theories.
Chris Evans is said to be on for a multi-million-pound payout, not for shagging Jerry Halliwell, but from the sale of Virgin Radio. But another of Britain's top DJs would never muddy his hands with such filthy lucre, and he's our guest tonight. It's Pat Sharp! Woo! Woo! Come on, Pat. Take my hand. Take a seat, please. Thank you. Look at me. Thanks. Nice people here. They're lovely people.
Very nice.
All friends of ours, all friends of yours, Pat.
Of course.
What do you think of Chris Evans?
He's...
Be honest, come on.
Redhead?
Yeah.
No hair, but he's got a red head. I don't know. What's the connection between Virgin Radio and Jerry Halliwell? Both got a ginger twat. You can cut that bit out.
No, I think we'll leave it in.
It's your show.
Now, Zoe Ball has recently announced she's going to leave Radio 1 because she's going to have a nervous breakdown. Can you cope with the pressure, all the fans, the screaming girls?
Well, there's always girls screaming at my door trying to get out, but no. I think the thing with Zoe Ball, she's been doing it about 20 minutes and I've been doing it nearly 20 years, so she should hang on in there. It gets easier.
Really? Yeah. Just stick with it.
Oh, always.
You've been doing it for 20 years. You used to work at Capital Radio with Chris Tarrant, didn't you? Now, he's done all right for himself because he presents Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes.
And Capital's Breakfast Show. Do you ever look at him and think, that could be me?
No, because I used to be on after him, so I was quite happy with him as my warm-up man.
Very nice.
Nice. And Chris Evans tried to revive listening figures by having a fling with a famous ginger pop star, as we all know. Would you ever pull a stunt like Jerry Halliwell? And I said stunt.
No, I don't think she'd have me either, because I'm older than Chris. I'm, you know, far too old and married and stuff, yeah.
Well, in that case, what would you be prepared to do to boost your profile?
Oh, boost my profile? Just come on this show.
That'll do it. That'll get you 3 more listeners.
You're probably Britain's most famous DJ. I'll say that. You must know all the secrets of the DJ world.
Oh, I do. I know them all, yeah.
You do, don't you? I want to get you to confirm or deny these rumours that are knocking about on the internet.
OK,
and
Daisy.
I'm going to read out, and you say true or false.
OK.
True or false? Bruno Brooks was once so moved after playing Bright Eyes that he wept on a mattress under the desk.
Without a doubt, true.
It is absolutely true, in fact. OK, here's the second one. True or false? Because of her childhood, Zoe Ball can't go more than 6 seconds without thinking of a number.
I would say that that's probably true as well.
It is absolutely true.
I'm doing all right?
Yes.
Yeah, doing very well. Dave Lee Travis, the hairy cornflake, could only broadcast on radio with his knob in a bowl of soup.
I don't know about that one.
It's true, minestrone. Yeah. And finally, Chris Moyles once got so hungry during a show that he ate an OMD album.
That's probably true. Chris is a big boy. But a nice guy and a good DJ.
Now, Pat, you do have a special place in our hearts for the spectacular hairstyle you sported in the 80s.
Thank you very
Take
little.
a look at that. Lovely.
Didn't you put that on last night with Peter Stringfellow, didn't you?
That's your dad, isn't it?
That's what you said. You said I was his love child or something.
The similarity is remarkable.
Well, he's kept his lovely mane. Why did you lose yours?
Oh, because it was, you know, past its sell-by date by about 10 years.
10 years.
Do you know, I don't think the mullet will ever go out of fashion.
No?
Never will. Never in, really. But now, DJs get paid loads of money on New Year's Eve. I think you're playing at a club in Maidstone, is it?
Well, I think it's a like a cafe, rock cafe.
A rock.
I don't know yet. I'm not sure.
You don't have a clue. But we think you might have sold yourself a bit short. We took the liberty of approaching a few clubs on your behalf. And this is what they said. Cream said we pay him £1,000 not to do it. I'm afraid.
That's
Sorry.
because they're really trendy, you know? They're trendy places.
Exactly.
They don't want me.
The Ministry of Sound
Yep.
said, as long as there is a hole in my arse, he'll never play here. But you don't want them. You don't want them, Pat. You don't need them.
I'm quite pleased to hear that, actually.
But fine, no, we've got some good news on the last one. Home, the club Home, said when he grows his mallet back, we'll have him.
Yay!
Well, I kept it. I kept a little piece.
Good.
But this is absolutely true. Extreme, spelt with an X, no E, in Newbury, say they'll pay you £2,000 and you get a free drink.
Well, there you go.
That can't be bad for a night's work. Should we put in a call for you, do you think?
I think it's good, because
There's
the
a
place...
buffet?
Well, the place I'm going to, I'm paying them, so it's all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's very good. Pat Sharp! Daisy, I've got to ask you, have you ever lied?
Ian, you know, all women have to lie to men from time to time.
Well, what do you mean? I don't believe you. Show me how long a foot is, then. Told you. I knew I was right. But what does the British public think is an acceptable lie? Well, I went to find out.
With one of Britain's greatest ever liars being found out and shamed this week, I've come here to London to find out if the truth really is sacred. When is it acceptable to tell a lie?
When you're going to get in trouble.
What sort of trouble?
Any trouble at all.
What was the last lie that you told?
I can't remember.
That's a brilliant one. Why did you say that to them?
Say that to who?
Is telling a girl you love her just to get a shag, is that an acceptable lie?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes.
Have you done that?
Many a time.
If a really ugly woman was trying to get you into bed, would you lie and tell her you were gay?
No.
Would that be too much of a lie for you to tell?
What's a totally different lifestyle?
I'm not saying you have to actually adopt the homosexual lifestyle. You can just say you're gay.
I've told loads of birds. Joanne, Sylvia, Rita, you know, whatever.
You tell them whatever it takes to get your fingers wet.
Sorry?
You tell them whatever it takes to get your fingers wet.
Well, yeah. More than prick.
You have to lie to the following questions to the best of your ability, OK? And at the end, you get a mark out of around about 7, all right? You understand? Here we go, first question. Are you married?
No.
Are you lying now?
No.
You're supposed to lie. It was in the setup to the question. All right, it's really quite. I'm not being funny. This is really fucking simple. Just get this right. Please. Fucking simple. Okay, brilliant. Nice one. Okay, so you got to lie to the following questions. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. Do you own your own home?
Yes, I do.
Are you a straight man?
No, I'm not.
Do you spend all of your free time and most of your income on gay hobbies?
No, I don't.
So that was the lie. No, you don't. So you do actually do that?
Yes, I do.
So there we have it. It appears the truth is too much to handle for some people. This has been Les Dennis for the Antiques Roadshow in Libya.
You see, my pants are on fire. That's what the smoke was. Pants on fire. Yeah.
Now there's time for more news just in.
And Tony Blair is still coming to terms with the shock of Cherie's pregnancy.
Hi, Gordon, it's Tony. How many times did you say you could use a condom?
Tupperware is 50 years old. The company intends to celebrate by not having a party.
Meanwhile, plans for air traffic control privatisation may be brought forward following the latest blunder.
The modelling world has been rocked by a documentary last night that exposed its seedy side. Apparently, some model agency bosses expect the girls to perform sexual favours for them in return for work. Of course, the girls didn't swallow. Think of the calories.
Those staff have walked out of BT complaining of sweatshop conditions. They were chanting, "What do we want? Press 1 for higher wages, 2 for shorter hours, or stay on the picket line if you want to speak to an operator."
And that was the news just in.
And for more on that disturbing welfare report, we go over live to Ricky Gervais in London. Ricky, will this report improve the standard of care in Britain?
Well, Ian, the government seem reluctant to spend money, but it seems to me that it's down to the individual.
And how should individuals go about helping?
Well, take me, for example. My next-door neighbours in Reading, they're an old couple, and they had a lad like that Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man, and he wasn't allowed out by himself, and I said, I'll take him out. So he went down the casino. I thought I'd make a mint, yeah? I said, bet 2 for good and 1 for bad. I lost 40 quid in 2 minutes. He was rubbish. So I was testing him. I was throwing down, like, toothpicks and going, how many, how many? He was looking at, I said, there's 7. I can see there's 7 for me, you gimp. So I don't bother with volunteer stuff anymore. There's nothing in it for me.
OK, Ricky, thanks very much.
Oh, thank you very much, Ian. I'm the host, yeah.
Tomorrow night, our special guest will be Pope of Pop, Jonathan King.
But just before we go, a challenge. If you can find a gayer televised competitive sport than this, then we want to know about it.
Yes, we do. Woo! And we leave you with another tissue of lies.
Good night.
Good night.
Do you think you could tell if somebody else was lying?
Of course you can. Easy.
Easily?
Yeah. Everyone does it.
This isn't working. Can we stop it? Sorry, this is rubbish. Can we stop it? This is rubbish. This is the worst one we've done. We'll stop it there. Sorry, it's not going to... Ah! I was lying there. This is going very well indeed. Have more faith in yourself. That was a lie, but you didn't spot it, did you?
No, you covered it, that's why.
No, this bit's a lie. It is going really badly, actually. We will stop it there, sorry. Sorry. We'll stop it there. No, sorry. I was lying then. It is going really well. You can't... So you couldn't tell I was lying, could you?
No, it's rubbish. You can't.
It is going really well. Have faith in yourself, seriously.
No, I don't know. Never today, anyway.
I was lying just then. It is going really badly. I'll stop you there, sorry. I'll stop you there, sorry. It is going really badly. It is going really badly, sorry. Come back. I was joking. It's going really well. That was a lie then, you see. Now, did you know I was lying then?
Not really, no.
Did you know I'm lying now? Because it is going really badly. We'll stop, sorry. It's not working. Fuck it.